I already hammered this tree to get that letter from before because I was looking for coconuts back then that I wasn't able to get. And coconuts do exist in this game. I'm gonna store something. And I'm gonna store the Ultra Shroom. I love how it's called checking though. I'm gonna store this in the Repel Gel. Because the Repel Gel is useful. And I'll tell you what it does before the item does. If it works, then it stops the enemies. But there's a chance that it will fail. Paralyzes, stops them, whatever it may be. And now the other thing I'm going to do is not be lethal against the Waka, but instead... Goombario says something funny for the Waka as well that I might as well share as well. Now, here's something else. I'm sorry to interrupt that. I remembered now. There is something else that is here that I'm going to try to get because it's possible to get it, but I don't know. I don't remember where it is. There's that block. If you hit that block once again, then you will be able to get that mushroom. I think. If you hit that block a certain amount of times, otherwise, like I don't know how many times. It was a lot of times if I remember, but if you hit it somewhere around 1,000 something times, then something insane happens. It was right here the whole time! The Life Shroom. This was what I was thinking of showing you. I didn't think it was there the whole time. That's the only issue. I'm gonna throw away the honey syrup for it. This is what I was going to show off, was that Life Shroom. I knew he found it here, but I didn't know if it was the Dry Desert or Mount. Forgot the name. But yeah, that item of all things is probably my most favorite item in the game because of what it does. If you keep hold of it and your HP goes down to 0, then you get 10 HP back, which is useful. Makes that low HP things all the better. I only have 2 more things to do here. One I'm showing and another that I'm just getting and going back to Toad Town and turning off my commentary for you guys to enjoy the train's theme because I didn't let you guys enjoy it last time. Oh, and they both are worth a star point each. That's why the first strike thing didn't work. If they're not worth any star points, then they are like, once you hit them, they just go down. I do not want that. What was that? What on earth was that? There's one other thing I didn't show at that place from before, the Dry Ruins. And what that was there was a badge I missed. That curse that Tutan Koopa had no idea about, apparently he pronounced that, but I call it Tutan Koopa, is that what you end up getting is a badge that is called the Slow Go badge. Makes it so that you cannot dash, meaning do all of the spin dash and stuff. Yeah. Hello. I'm gonna go to Goombario. Bombette! If you explode them, of course, you don't get any Waka bumps. He's a Waka. When you hit Wakas, they get bumps that fall off. I heard that they're yummy. You know, I'm not normally into hitting Wakas, but once I heard of their tasty bumps, I got the urge to whack them. Even though there's only one Waka left. How do I know? Because because Sugar Conroy talked to Rusty and said that there was only one Wacko left. And he instantly felt bad about that. Is it? Yeah, it's every time you come back in this area. It's not every visit, it's just every time you leave and come back. Yeah, I wanted to let you guys enjoy that. I've recorded this for over an hour, and I'm pretty sure this video would have only been 20 minutes long. So that's why I'm going to keep going. I already showed everything off except for the new recipes that you would be able to get. That along with I'm going to do this minigame now. If you actually... And... I'm not going to say everything about it, but this minigame is really something. We already know the rules. I wasn't able to afford it this time, but you can do the 5-block option, the 7-block option, or the 9-block option, and you can suspend if you want, but I'm not going to do that. The best reward you can get in this game is 930 coins, which is ridiculous, but I'm not that lucky. I'm gonna do the 5-block option because I'm a cheapo. There are 2 Bowsers. I already got the game over. And it's random. Hey, that's the worst thing to get already. Darn it! Now I'm gonna do this until I get 150 coins. Don't let this be Bowser. Ah! It's almost every time that it's the right block that's Bowser. Curse you. Curse you, my nemesis. You made it. That on purpose. Going in the exact center. I'm gonna do that again eventually. I just wanted to show off what it's like. You can now see how awful of a luck I have is. And then there's another thing where if you blow up a certain place here, then you are able to raise that pipe up again. But I'm not gonna show that off. I'm gonna double check something actually. If you hit that tree, does something happen? Would you like me to cook you something? Yes. I would like you to cook the egg. The fried egg. You didn't get to see how much it heals, so I will say it already. Tasty makes it, and instead of healing 5 HP, it heals 10. Really useful stuff. It's like the Super Shroom. The other thing, I'm not gonna say. I'm sorry, I don't have it, so I'm gonna go to. I'm gonna go to items, see what I have, and I'm gonna store the. I have no idea. It's a good thing I didn't get rid of the Super Soda yet. I'm gonna store the... I have no idea. Oh right, I was gonna cook up the Volt Shroom to show off what happens if you do that. It's really useful stuff. Because you buy it for 10 coins, and then what happens when you cook it is, then you could sell it for 15, so it's a 5-coin profit. I'm going to cook the Volt Shroom, and it turns into something really nice. turns into a hot shroom, 15 HP and 5 FP. One of the coolest items. The funniest thing about that is that item is not too bad in itself. But the cool part about it also is the shop this way. I hope so.
I'm tempting to try again on the Master's fight, but I'm not going to until after Chapter 3, like I had promised before. Is, if you end up, and of course if I say to sell, then yes, 15 coins. Fried egg is only 7, but what I'm really doing is I'm going to check. I'm going to check the dried fruit because I'm not going to do that, and then I'm going to claim, I'm very sure I have it, dried pasta. And I'm going to cook that up. It was 3 coins at the dried rye outpost, and that's the only time you'll be able to get it. But how much would it sell for when you cook it? Because it turns into something really good. Probably my most favorite thing about this game is how it doesn't really... what? Oh, never mind. It doesn't really consume your time all that much. I gotta double check something. No, I'm fine. Never mind. Spaghetti! 6 HP and 4 FP. A way better version of the dried pasta that only heals 3 HP and 1 FP. It's like the... I don't remember what he said. I think it's like the better version of Refresh. The sort of better version of Refresh. Shop. Because I want to, for one thing, store the spaghetti. And for the other, see how much it sells for. 7 coins, so it's a 4 coin profit. Sells for more than double of its price. I'm going to check, and I'm checking the spaghetti. If anything, I should just check this instead.
That's decent time, actually. It's 4:16 right now for me, as you already saw on my home screen. I'm about to end this video soon. What will happen in the haunted forest that we've already visited before? I'm not going to have that question asked for very long. This toad guards the path to Forever Forest. He looks timid. Isn't that a bad trait in a guard? Not only does he scare easily, I hear that he's especially afraid of ghosts. Seeing as Forever Forest is supposedly haunted, he must be completely freaked out. I can't go inside. Yes, I can. Is there anything in here? I thought there was. Was there something over here? I am surprised. What about if you hit this? Nothing. Save! Because of what you will eventually see. Here he is. Pardon me, sir. Would you happen to be Mario? How do you do, sir? My master wishes to see you. If you would, please call on us at the mansion on the far side of Forever Forest. My master would also like me to add that she has in her possession important news regarding the Star Spirits. Please make haste. We shall await your arrival with a warm welcome. And if you don't come, you will get you! Boom! Scary. What will happen in the haunted forest? Will we be able to figure out the news? And will we be able to figure out if there's good news or bad news in this place? And how will we be able to get out of this situation in Forever Forest? I have Goombario with me because of new enemies that we have already seen in this place. Let us go on to finally introduce Forever Forest as Chapter 3! The Invincible Tubba Blubba, along with a Star Spirit that has a really good special attack. Now it's even scarier. Instead of it not looking as haunting, it's something. Forever Forest, left and right. Toad Town, over there. Piranha Plant. Kaboom! This is a Piranha Plant, and it's a spiked enemy, so our spike guard will do quite nicely. This is a Piranha Plant. Piranha Plants pop out of the ground at unexpected moments, so be on your guard. Max HP is 5, attack power is 3, defense power is 0. You've seen them in every one of your adventures, so I imagine you know them pretty well. And yay, they are introduced in the first instance that we see them, because usually that wouldn't be the case. Their sharp jaws point upwards, so you'll get bitten if you try to jump on them. Oh, really now? They smile after biting people. That smug smile, it makes me hopping mad. Well, I don't think we'll have much of an issue. But hammering them, it's going to be quite simple indeed because of our upped damage. It's my first time witnessing its attack, so I didn't quite know how to time it. So I'm gonna switch now. Not really. I'm gonna actually power smash, and that will be it from this guy. Only 1 star point each, which is not unexpected because I've had a lot of level ups at the time, and I really wasn't trying to. It just so happened. Okay, so if they smile like that, that means this is the correct way. What do you think you're doing? This is Forever Forest, the path ahead of here. It's extremely dangerous. Didn't you know that? You'd better go back. This is Oakley. He lives in Forever Forest. He guards the entry to Forever Forest to prevent wanderers from getting lost. He helps any townsfolk who get lost inside. That beard. For some reason, I feel like yanking it. Yikes, you act like a toddler. Okay, so that's your story. You're invited to Boo's Mansion. You may pass then. Okay, so this guy stops you if you wander too far in. Listen carefully. If you want to get through this forest, you have to pay really close attention to your surroundings. If you choose the wrong paths, you'll end up back at the forest edge before you know it. The areas around the correct paths will always look slightly different from the others. Watch carefully for clues. For example, in this area, take a good look at the inner trees as you walk around. There's going to be a secret path as well that you need to take because of a certain character that we already know that I'm not going to say much of. Unless I can't find it, then I'll tell you what it is. Like, let me say this too. His hair doesn't look like hair. It looks like a banana peel. And now you will never unsee it. The exit near that tree is the path you want to take. These clues will be different in other parts of the forest. Watch the inner forest very, very closely as you go. I feel like Yankee. You act like a toddler. So there's supposed to be a hidden path somewhere. Oh, and this is a green fuzzy. We saw normal fuzzies before, but now there are these guys. And if I'm remembering correctly, they steal FP instead of HP. So you have to try to time that guard. Forest Fuzzy. This is a Forest Fuzzy. Forest Fuzzies are always green. Max HP 6, attack power 1, defense power 0. They grab hold of you, they'll absorb your HP, I was wrong, and add it to their own. The fiends, those no good. Oh, and they sometimes divide. If they divide, they become even stronger. So try to beat them before they can split. Power Smash! And if they split their HP in half. Hit lucky. Yes! There's the timing. I knew that timing. So I'm going to Power Smash again. And I'm going to charge and then refresh on the next turn. Charge! This is why I love Goombario. his charge is going to be very useful. Hit! Love that. It's a good thing they didn't split. Now I'm going to refresh. And I said that that one Star Spirit that we'll be rescuing has one of my favorite moves of all time, and you'll eventually see what that move will be. Head bonk. Dealing 8 damage against the Forest Fuzzy. And yet again, only 1 star point. That's not good. That means that these enemies are going to be really simple. But now I'm going to, and I didn't show off the Toad Town tunnels. Gosh darn it. There was something useful there. I'm gonna go ahead and use Bombette. So they said tree. You have to be careful on that part. As soon as I make it to the Boo's Mansion is when I'm gonna end it. Well, that's better than nothing, I guess. Because of me earning 1 star point at a time, so it sort of makes sense for me to have that earned. The doubled coins would have been a lot better. Speaking of, I don't have the payoff badge. Never mind. I was gonna say, speaking of, I might as well use the payoff badge, but I don't have it. We're gonna talk about tree. I don't see anything different about the tree. Oh wait, I have to observe it. Aha! That's it! I thought I was gonna have its glowing face, but it was glowing eyes inside that tree. There it is. Listen carefully. If you want to get through this forest, you have to pick all the right paths. If you choose the wrong path, you'll end up back at the forest edge before you know it. You can find your way as long as you keep your wits about you and study the forest. But remember that the right way is not always in front of you, and on occasion you must remember to look back as well. Those flowers are ominous, but I think there's another hidden path. This is the right one. I'm gonna see if there's any hidden paths here before I go backwards. Ooh, there it is. This is what I wanted to see. Bulb, the green one. I'm a bulb from the land called Flower Fields. A flower seed? Should I give it to you, or shouldn't I? Well, I suppose I'll give it to you. Here you go. What a cheerful lad. Please plant it somewhere nice and take extra good care of it. If you plant it somewhere bad and I find out about it, I might place a curse on you. Okay, so this one is not completely obvious. Oh, never mind. It's this one. Piranha plant. Screw it. Now there are all these guys. I'm gonna use Power Bomb on these guys. I already showed this off before. Getting all those was worthwhile. I don't remember where I last went. So this one is pretty much it. You have to go all the way around, but I don't remember where I last entered. I think it's this one because of all the mushrooms. I'm wrong, am I? I'm wrong. Gosh darn it. So it's this one because they're smart. No, they're fading. Wait. Yeah, I think if they fade, that means it's right. I think 5 star points is okay, I guess. Okay, so when they fade, that means it's not that means I'm not wrong. No, I'm not correct. If they stay, that means it's correct. Error. My battery is low. I'll let that ruin things, I guess. Yes. So yeah, I was wrong the last time. I'm guessing that if I went out that one time, that would have been the correct. That would have been correct. Here I'm going to, I guess, use the maple syrup. No, I'm gonna witness the stopwatch and see if it works. It worked on all of them. 50 star points. I'm halfway to a level up. I'm betting if I get a level up, then all of those enemies are gonna be wimpy. If you have business at Boo's mansion, come this way. That means I did it. Wait, so the more mushrooms was correct then? I'm surprised they did all of that first try. And then there's that pipe. Oh, finally! I couldn't stand being in that spooky forest another minute. Mario, I'm positive that's the mansion the creepy old ghost was telling us about. I'm surprised that there's a return pipe here. Also a question mark block. I used the stopwatch. What do I get? The false room. A worthwhile storing item. I'm gonna save. Then I'm gonna end it here. Welcome, sirs and madam. I'm pleased you made it through the Forever Forest. My master awaits you in the room highest up in this lovely mansion. Please go to the 3rd floor. There you will hear all the news of the Star Spirits. I'll see you there. Good to see a Star Spirit as well. Like, you'll be able to talk to him a lot in this chapter. That's why I like this chapter a lot, is because this is the only time you get to talk to a Star Spirit freely without rescuing him in the card first. Next time in Paper Mario, after having shown a lot, I am going to, for one thing, I won't go to the right. Instead, I'm going to, I think I can go to the right, but it's either that or a Boo will appear, and that will negate our progress. I'm gonna heal, and then I'm going to save again. We are going to go inside the Boo's mansion and see what is what. There's going to be a lot of puzzle solving in the next one, but for me, off screen, I am doing other things, and then after that, I'm going to do some more recording because I can't help it. This game is fun. See you guys then.